Hello, welcome to another video of Master League Factions. This will be the last bout of this cycle, and then there will be a couple of weeks of nothing, which aligns with my holiday schedule because I'll be 2 weeks off to the USA for holiday and the Go Fest Seattle. Anyway, this week we're playing against Elphidel from the Yorkshire Tryhards. Very scary name, because I don't like tryhards. I am one myself and they're scary people. So I was anticipating stuff like Mewtwo from my opponents, maybe Kyogre Giratina or Palkia. I didn't build exactly strong to Palkia, but as long as you have a Primarina, you're good. My approach this time was different. Usually I try to kind of predict what the opponent's going to bring. This time I was like, screw it, I'm just going to bring a Ho-Oh Double Dragon and just put some random stuff with it that I like to use. Which I did. I brought Ho-Oh, Giratina. I did take Mewtwo into consideration. That would be my only answer to it, right? So I did bring that instead of the Dialga that I also considered. Zekrom is the obvious second dragon you pick with Ho-Oh. And then there's Landorus for some steel coverage, because Melmetal will be a bit annoying. I have my own Melmetal also for some charm coverage. And Primarina just is the best charmer by far at the moment in Master League Factions. Maybe not in open Masters in the Go Battle League, but in Factions it's by far the best because it covers like Kyogre and the Dragons, which are two things that are paired pretty commonly. My opponent went, well, not with a Mewtwo this time, he went with a Zacian Palkia core, which is pretty difficult. But again, I do have Primarina, which covers the Zacian, can run anything on his line. Because he kind of needs the Wild Charge for my Ho-Oh and my Primarina. Definitely wants Wild Charge because my Primarina is looking very good against him. He could use Play Rough for my Dragons. He could use Close Combat for my Melmetal because Melmetal is looking solid as usual. And then his Palkia is looking kind of clean. It actually loses the 0 shields to Dragon Pulse Giratina Origin. Braybird from Ho-Oh obviously does a lot and you don't kill with one Aqua Tail. Zekrom is neutral-ish. Melmetal is neutral-ish. Like, Palkia has a play across the board, but if you get on Primarina, you die. You just die. He also brought his own Primarina. Good choice. Primarina is a good choice. He has his own steel as well. He brought one steel to cover, that will cover my Primarina, which is Exadrill. Pretty fragile, but it's also it also has the best coverage in the Master League. And Avalok and Zekrom. Avalok is very interesting. It's a bulky ice type. Doesn't really have high attack, but his coverage is just really good, right? Especially against if someone's bringing freaking dragons and Landorus. Yeah, Avalok doesn't do exactly very bad against those. So good. I like that choice. It loses very, very hard to Melmetal and Primarina though. Even though it learns Earthquake, it just takes for too long to get there. And there's Zekrom as their second dragon. Zekrom is just a very solid unrestricted pick that allows him to play some ABB strats or to just one-shot a lot of things on my line. So yeah, let's get into these battles. The first game. So yeah, what to expect here? I don't know. I don't know what his Zacian is running, right? So not sure exactly what is strong and what is not. But I get a good lead. We lead the Giratina into his Exadrill. Let's see what he save swaps. He save swaps the Zekrom and I answer immediately with my Primarina. I know from experience that Zekrom only gets to one Wild Charge here. So I have to shield only once. I am running Moonblast Psychic this time. Psychic as a cheaper move. Moonblast is just the hardest hitting move. I'm not having Hydro this time for the Steel type. Which is kind of unfortunate. Because it would have been nice to have Hydro here. Maybe I could one-shot it. I'm kind of expecting the ABB strat here. One of my faction teammates, the Nut93, was already talking about it. So that makes me a bit anxious. Maybe I want to preserve my Primarina here. Throw the Moonblast. It does get shielded. That's good for me. It would still chunk though, because Exadrill is so fragile. You'll see in the end that this is actually a very crucial move and shield. I'm actually going to preserve my Primarina. Expecting the Palkia. I'm going to try to bait it out here with my Giratina swap. And he brings in the Zacian. Well, him bringing this in probably means he has Play Rough. He needs Play Rough to have any shot at this. Because his other two charge moves... Actually, it also learns Iron Head, but who runs Iron Head? His other two charge moves are resisted. One of them double resisted, one of them single resisted, and debuffing. So I'm guessing he has Play Rough. Hopefully, I also find out the second move of choice, because Wild Charge would make my Melmetal really good, and Close Combat would make my Primarina and Landorus really good. And also my Ho-Oh, actually. I probably will bring Ho-Oh once he reveals if it is close combat. I would expect close combat because my Melmetal already is very strong. Let's see what it is. We're gonna find out. This is not a play rough. It is the Wild Charge. That means that my Melmetal looks very good now. Unfortunately, I didn't align it to the Zacian. And because I'm thinking here, I'm allowing the clock to go down so he can swap out immediately, which is not great for me because now I don't have much time to build energy. And it's kind of a race to superpower. I'm gonna swap on the CMP, but he throws one before, which is unfortunate. But my Primarina is still alive and has some energy. It has some energy. Am I 3 charms off? I need to be 3 charms off, and no, I am like 1 energy short. If I threw the Psychic first into this Extra I would have gotten to the Psychic again here and KO this Extra to take the victory. Unfortunately, I did not do that. So I lose this game. We're 1-0 behind. So now we know the Zacian's moveset. We know kind of what my opponent likes to bring. He's gonna bring that Zekrom every time, I expect. So yeah, I best buddied my Giratina, by the way, for a little bit of extra HP. My Zekrom obviously has like 0 play against his line, so I'm definitely not bringing that. Let's see. I'm bringing the Landorus this time. I'm basically bringing the same line, but with Landorus lead. Just because I like my Landorus. I like my Landorus here. And we'll see what he brings. Again, his Zekrom looks very strong, so I'm predicting that. I'm pretty strong at Zekrom right now. And the lead is their Zacian. So we know this as a Wild Charge play rough, which is fine for my Landorus. Unfortunately, he has play rough, but that's okay. He safe swaps the Zekrom right away again. Is this like the same line from him? If so, he is in a very tough position. If it is Extra Draw, I can align my Landorus there. My Landorus will be actually really strong, and I actually wouldn't expect him to swap out then. And my Melmetal is still good, is very good against the Zacian. So let's see what he does. We get some lag here. I fucking love lag. We'll just throw the Moonblast again, even though actually at this point I said I wish I threw the Psychic, because he might just shield again, and maybe I'm 1 short in the end again. But he no-shields this time. Moonblast is a very hard-hitting move there. And if he throws the Wild Charge here and I shield, he dies. So I am going to shield just in case it is Palkia, because Palkia will be a very strong closer once my Primarina is gone. And it is the Palkia. This Palkia is not going to be able to do anything. I think my opponent knows. He's going to stop tapping in a second, because he knows Palkia can't do anything here. Everything Palkia has is Omega resisted. So yeah, interesting choice. Zacian as the Primarina counter, even though you probably know that I will bring Primarina just because it like beats basically everything on this line except the Mirror and the Extra. Like even Zacian, you win the once, and the 2 shields is like I come out with almost full HP. So yeah, let's see what I bring next time. I'm gonna lead the Primarina this time, bait out the potential dragon with Giratina, and maybe sweep with the Landorus. If you took a look at his line, you'll see that I don't really need Stone Edge, so I'm running Earthquake on Landorus. Earthquake is an extremely strong nuke on Landorus that has very high attack. It's not comparable to Mewtwo, but I think it's the 2nd highest of all Master League Pokemons. Maybe Darkrai beats it, but it has very high attack. He's staying again, so I'm expecting at least 1 dragon. Trying to catch the move and failing. I'm gonna let this go anyway. Giratina is very bulky, and he has his dragons anyway. He can't stay in here. He has to swap. He does another Snarl to get to build up to a Wild Charge. Then it brings in the Zekrom. Dragon Pulse will hit really hard here, but they will survive, so they don't have to shield this. You actually, I don't think you want to shield here, but he does anyway. If he no shields, he can farm me down, get to a Wild Charge, and come out with a shield advantage. So I also come out with a Moonblast, of course. There's no way that after game 2 you run the same line, right? After Zacian Double Dragon got destroyed so extremely hard. There's no way. It has to be like an Extra drill on the back, right? It has to be. So my Landorus has to be strong here. Since he decides to throw the Wild Charge immediately, he can't even get to a 2nd one, because I'm positive he would have gotten there otherwise. Let's see what comes in here. It is a Zacian, so I decide to throw the Moonblast right away. He does not get a Snarl through. I think my opponent is very smart. He's waiting to see my Charm come through and then throw the move. But since I didn't swap, I just threw my move, and he missed a snore because of that. And it is the same line. It is the same line. That's crazy. But this is where Earthquake is very clutch. I know my Landorus. I know what my Landorus can do. And what my Landorus can do is throw an Earthquake and maybe farm this down. Especially with this extra Mud Shield, because of my opponent's timing here, might be able to. 2, 3, 4. And he faints with it. He faints with it. And since Landorus beats CMP on like everything, I win the game now because I win CMP against this Zacian. Landorus was very strong in these last 2 games, definitely flipping it for me. Yeah, it was a tough matchup, I believe, from my side. I wanted to try out Ho-Oh, but I honestly don't think Ho is that strong in factions. You just really need to get the right Pokemons there, right? So yeah, that was factions for this season. I went on a 19 wins out of 27 wins, right? And I think that's a 5-win streak. I think it's a 5-win streak ever since Simneol whooped my ass. And yeah, that's a 70% win rate. I'm pretty positive about that. Next cycle, we're gonna have Mega Pokemons. I believe Sylph announced that Mega Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard will be allowed. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. We'll give some extra additions. We'll have finally a good core breaker to Zacian Kyogre core. Nemo Stormbloods is in shambles because he loves that, I think. Yeah, it'll be fun. I'll see you next season. Bye.